Sticking in Buffalo for a moment, the city's still facing financial shortfalls, bringing in less money than it spends. And we're getting an update tonight on spending for one particular line item, police overtime. This has been a big focus as they try to find some savings. And Investigative Post has now published a brand new article you see here that says just a month now into Buffalo's new fiscal year, the city is paying cops nearly $2 million in overtime, even more than it paid out during a similar time last year. Geoff Kelly is associate editor for Investigative Post. He reported out this story and he joins us live here tonight. Geoff, always great to get your insight on these things. And the goal here was to try to find some savings with police overtime because the city is broke. Seems to be going in the wrong direction.
It does, right? And you know, overtime is sort of cast as a boogeyman. You and I know it can be good and bad. Sometimes you spend less on overtime than you do on hiring new people. That said, we're not in an either-or situation here, right? We got to cut in order to make the budget balanced. And so far, you know, overtime spending seems to be, it's a little bit up, at least for police, compared to last July. It's 1 month into the fiscal year. Overtime as a whole is about the same, but about the same is probably not good enough.
Yeah, what is the plan moving forward, or what were the expectations in terms of what could be saved if you look at things like police and fire overtime and some of these other areas?
Well, so every year, the city, going back for a decade, the city has under budgeted overtime.
Right.
It always comes in more expensive than on paper they expect it to be, and it throws the budget out of balance. Nonetheless, in the current budget, overtime is budgeted at $10 million less than the average actual spending over the past 4 or 5 years. So that was the goal, $10 million less. I think it was at $24.5 million that it was budgeted at, but it's about $3.8 million just in 2 paychecks in July. So you do the math.
Yeah. So a lot of people watching will say, hey, if I'm going to spend my tax dollars on anything, I probably want to be safe in my community, and so they won't have a problem with police overtime. But if you're going to balance the budget, I mean, there are only so many places where you can do it, right? So much of the city's spending is sort of already earmarked on things.
Yeah, and police and fire are the two biggest and most expensive departments. They also consume the most overtime. Fire, by the way, actually the overtime was about the same, which is about $1 million for 2 paychecks. Again, the same is probably not good enough, but it's really just police that have been edging up.
These numbers are super important. I know it may seem like, hard to make sense of them when you're talking $1 million here and $10 million there, but for taxpayers in Buffalo and really for our region, this all matters a lot. I encourage you to go to investigativepost.org and read Geoff's reporting. Geoff, great to see you.
My pleasure. Thank you.